Good morning everyone, and welcome back to Go-Kart build video number 29. And it may or may not be the morning for you depending on when you're watching this, but it's morning here. So I just wanted to welcome you guys back to another video and do a couple things in this video to fill you guys in on some updates with the go-kart that'll be happening here in the near future. I apologize if my nose is a little stuffy and I sound funny. I've been sick the past few days. But in this video, I'm going to run over a few things with the go-kart and tell you some updates that I'm probably going to be doing here. I ran into a few hiccups while driving it and noticed a few things. So that's really been the pattern here recently is when you build a go-kart, like one big tip for you guys if you are, you really got to drive it and drive it, you know, good and put use into it, because you won't really know of certain problems that'll show up until you drive it and drive it a good amount. So I'll go over those things here in the later part of the video. But if you guys are the OG viewers, or if you are the very dedicated people who have spent the time and watched the videos from beginning to end, thank you all very much for doing that. But if you did, you'll all remember my friend Will, who is in the first like 7 videos or so of the go-kart build. He's coming back down to my house because we have finals this coming week, so we're going to be studying this weekend. It's currently Sunday morning, but we're also going to take some time here and enjoy the go-kart, and he's going to drive it for the very first time, and I think he deserves to, because he helped me a tremendous amount on this go-kart, and he deserves to just drive it and experience what it's like to drive this thing. So I'm waiting for him to get here to my house, and as soon as he gets here, I'll talk about the go-kart a little bit and fill you in on what I'll be doing, and I'll get some driving footage of him driving it as well. It's Will, the science guy. Will.
I can't handle this. Get these paparazzi out. That's my security detail.
Check out Will's ride. Get this shot.
Check out the mom van.
Look like he just woke up.
I kind of did.
Alright, well, Will is using El Baño since he just got here. I will go ahead and take the time now to explain to you the current status of the go-kart and what to expect in terms of what I'll be doing with modifications and the setup in the future. So I'm going to change the camera around and then I'll show you guys. Alrighty, so since the last video, I have put the seat back on, as you can see. I really like how it turned out. It's not perfect by any means, but I think it looks a lot better than that like ugly fiberglass white color before. So it looks a lot better like that. And since then, I've driven it a few times. And so what has happened since then? So after driving it probably, I don't know, 3-4 times with the new chain, I didn't know this. I wasn't aware of this, but I guess chains can stretch, and I guess that's a very common thing. So the chain is a little bit loose right now. As you can see, it's actually not even on the sprocket because last time I drove it, it threw the chain, so I just haven't put it back on yet. So what I'm going to be doing probably is just to cut a link out, as many of you told me many times just to take a link out, and I was being lazy, so I guess I'll just do it this time. So it's a little bit loose. I don't know exactly how loose. I gotta take the master link out to see how much it overlaps. I imagine at most maybe 1 link, not more than that. But funny thing was, if you guys remember from a few videos ago, I lost the chain, or I guess I thought I lost it. I was cleaning out my C55 the other day, and look what I found in the trunk, the other chain. So so I'm gonna have an extra chain just in case something goes wrong with this one, so I will probably take a link out of that. And so the other major thing, and this is kind of a biggie, kind of a bummer, but big part to this go-kart, I'm going to have to ditch the whole independent rear suspension here, and I'm going to be just doing a solid axle all the way across. Now, before you YouTube trolls go in the comments and be like, why are you doing this, blah, 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 I'm going to explain to you why. So, in the previous video, you all know that I welded the U-joints to the axle on both sides, and on both sides of the U-joint. So, what that did was, is that prevented me from being able to take the axle out. And what happened was if I want to be able to move this thing and put it in the back of my car, I can't now because the axle sticks out like, you know, 3-4 inches from the edge of the go-kart, and that prevents it from fitting in the trunk. So like I said, so what I'm going to be doing is just taking the whole, you know, I'm going to be grinding off the welds, taking the U-joints out, and then I'll be putting on the old shocks to make the suspension arms level again. And then I'm just going to buy an axle with key stock. And so basically this whole problem was due to the fact that there was no key stock in any of the axles here. And yeah, I mean, I guess I could like cut up an axle into 3 parts and use it that way, but I'm kind of just done dealing with it like that for now. So I think I'm just gonna go with it with one axle. Yeah, the whole suspension system in the back here is not going to be useful anymore since it's just going to be a solid axle, but I think it'll make it more ergonomical in terms of use, so we won't have, because a lot of the problems, if you look back, have been with this whole like U-joint independent suspension system, and because that adds a whole new set of complications. And so if I just use one axle like a lot of other people do for street carts, I think it'll make things a lot more simple. The front will still have independent suspension, those shocks will still be working fine, but the back will just be a solid axle. So that's the plan here. Probably going to do that after finals week concludes. I'll have to order the axle and then obviously grind off the welds and get all the axles out of the whole system here and kind of disassemble things. So that'll be probably another video to come in the future. And yeah, so that's kind of like where I'm at with the go-kart right now in terms of problematic stuff. And like I said in the past video, just gonna have to bend the pedals back at some point since I accidentally bent one of those. And yeah, and then just kind of add stuff as I go. But I think for now, I'll go ahead and prep the go-kart for Will to drive it a little bit. The chain may come off, but I think it'll be okay for him driving it for now. Alright, well, since Will gets to do the fun stuff this morning, I'm also making him do the hard stuff. Yeah. So I bought a compressor from Harbor Freight a few weeks ago, but realized it didn't come with an air hose, so we still have to pump it up with like literally a basketball pump. But it's just one tire. For some reason, that tire is the only one that doesn't hold air, but all the other ones do. Probably you're gonna have to do more than that. Yep. Yeah, so that's all good. So yeah, just getting it pumped up. Just put the chain back on real quick. So it may or may not come off. It's weird. It only comes off really if you take turns really hard and really sharp. So I don't know why, but yeah. So when Will finishes pumping that up, we'll get it started here, and he's gonna have some fun.
Hell yeah.
Pump faster. It's funny because when you finish, like you feel the fitting, and it's actually hot from all the friction of the air being forced in. Like you feel the fitting of the pump.
Oh yeah, wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. Thermodynamics. If you're in engineering, you better fear thermodynamics because that class sucks.
You haven't taken it yet.
That class sucks.
Just remember, your life isn't hell until you've done.
Probably not the best idea to do this in flip-flops. But oh well.
Backing it up in flip-flops, man.
I think it clears. Oh, just barely.
Barely cleared.
Talk about that low light.
Exactly. Stanced. It's stanced, man. So stanced. I think we need to get a reverse on it.
If you want to engineer that, sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. All right, so let's see. I think there's enough gas.
I think there's enough gas.
Yeah, if there's not, we'll fill you back up. Okay. Fuel on, start position. It's gotta warm up a little bit. What do you think?
Fucking awesome.
I'm gonna do a test lap.
All right, that's good for me. Your cart.
So just so you know, don't press the gas pedal down all the way. It will get stuck.
Oh, good.
Yeah, no, like the edge of this bolt here will get stuck on the end of the plate.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Something I gotta fix, but just as long as you don't do that, it should be fine. Be ginger with the brakes, because if you push this pedal too hard, it will actually bend the pedal.
Yeah.
I did that when the brakes gave out, but I fixed the whole brake thing, so they'll be fine. You can press them down pretty hard and you'll stop within, I think the stopping distance is pretty good.
Pretty good.
Also, when you turn, because it's not perfect, there's no differential, it does like to skid a little bit, so when you turn, it will kind of like still like understeer, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you just kind of have to really get into it when you turn. Yeah, and then like over there,
Be careful.
slow, stay to the right.
Gotcha.
Okay. So, fuel on, we'll go halfway choke. All right, hop on in. Here, give me your keys. How's it feel? Good?
It's good. Snug, but like feeling.
Yeah. And you can give it some gas and test the brakes until you get comfortable.
Because I can see. It was funny because like I had that. I don't know. I think I smiled like looking like an idiot for 1 second because I was like looking at some of this stuff and I was like, hey, we built this shit. This is fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's really cool, man. It's really sweet. We got that steering. I don't get the like because whatever.
It's because the guy down the street who's the automotive engineer told me. So the reason why it steers like that is because there's no differential. So if you think when you go around a turn, right, the inner wheel is going on a smaller radius of a circle than the outer wheel, but they can only spin at the same rate. See what I'm saying? Because in a differential on a car, when you turn, the inner wheel is not going to turn as much as the outer wheel.
Oh.
So it wants to skid the kart forward.
Yep. Okay.
But when I put those PVC slicks on it to do drifting, we won't have that problem anymore because they'll just spin. You know.
Yeah.
So.
Pretty sick.
Yeah. Pretty snug though. It's like a real race car.
I know. You get it. It feels like when the Scarpa seats and when I worked for Bullet, like you just get in and you be like, oh crap.
I want to try something real quick. So the pavement in the garages is slick. Yeah. So I'm gonna try and put some water down and see if we can do a little burnout real quick.
Go for it. Yeah.
All right.
I'm down.
Okay, go for it. All right, so I'm gonna try burnout here. So I'll put some water down to help us a little bit. Put some on the tires.
What are you decreasing here? The coefficient of friction?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, let's see how this works.
I actually replaced the water with gasoline. You might want to be careful. Stuff's pretty volatile, I've heard. Here,
Here, look, Bart from over there. I don't want to hit you. Ready?
hit it. And the chain's off. Now I am.
Alright, so the reason why we do it on this surface is because this concrete is a lot more slick, especially with the water. So, burnout, take 2.
Do it again.
Alright, so basically what happens is the minute the rear tires catch traction, it just throws the chain. To get a little bit more of an epic burnout, I'm going to try and hold it with my foot maybe or something. So this could go very bad maybe, but I don't think it will. So until we get the chain fixed, we're just going to have to try and do it this way. But I don't know, I thought I'd try this for fun with some good old burnouts.
You're gonna hold it with your foot?
Yeah, I mean.
Alright, wait up.
I don't know, it's gonna be kind of hard.
Hang on.
Oh wait, I got an idea.
But then I really can't see the tire. Hit it.
I think we're gonna call it there. Talk about throwing the chain. Yeah. Alrighty, so as you just saw, the chain just kind of flew off on me. So yeah, so moral of the story, chain's really loose, needs to be fixed. That's #1 priority. And then, yeah, I mean, the burnouts there kind of show you what the go-kart will be a little like when I put the PVC slicks on it for some drifting action. Excuse me. So, yeah, so that's gonna conclude this video. Hope you guys kind of enjoyed some of that driving footage with me and Will. Will, say goodbye. He's waving if you can't see him. I don't know how dark it is on camera. But yeah, so he'll probably be back in the future for some videos later on when we maybe add some bumpers and things like that, and that'll be in the works. Also to come, some videos with my C55 here, so if you're in the mood to watch some car videos, there's gonna be a few of those videos in the pipeline. And yeah, so thank you all very much for watching. I appreciate you taking the time to watch my videos very much. So if you haven't already, definitely subscribe to the channel and be ready for more videos to come on the go-kart and many other things related to cars that will be very awesome. So thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.